live. So is this working? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Oh, looks like we are working. Okay, so welcome to the next video in the Let's Build Mario series. Today we will be building Mario's house and Yoshi, set 71367. Here's the set right here, and there we go. Sorry, that's a little close to the camera. That's the set we'll be building. And well, first of all, I'll open the thing. But yeah, so I am still practicing at live streaming. So the goal today is just to see if we can get music playing at the same time the stream is working. So if you are watching this and something is not working, then hopefully I'll be able to figure it out. But if you are watching it live, if you could please comment and let me know if something's going wrong, and I will do my best to fix it. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so here are the first pieces that we have. Let's go back to the view. I need to put the camera down a little bit, my bad. I'm trying to do a better job of angling the camera so that you can see what's going on today. Okay. So here we go. The first thing that we're going to be building is Yoshi himself. I was really excited to see how cheap the set is, considering that it is the only set at the moment. I know in the next wave you can get a pink Yoshi, but this is the only set that comes with the classic green Yoshi. And the fact that it's not one of the more expensive sets is really nice, because if you're like me and you're making videos out of these, Yoshi's a good character to have, because he's a staple in most Mario games at this point. And not only that, it also comes with Mario's house, which, if you are animating, that is a great starting point for any Mario video, really. Our goal is to be working up to eventually build Bowser's Castle on stream as well. And we're just making sure, at this point, these streams are basically a practice so that when I get to the big Bowser set, I'm not completely unaware of what I'm doing with this. I'll still probably be mostly unaware, but at least we'll have some experience. Okay, so now we're building Yoshi's shell, I believe. I see it now. There we go. Okay, there we go. My bad. Okay, I see it now. So if you have a look, sorry, I was too close to the camera. They actually go upside down. The instructions I've got are on my phone, and they're actually kind of small. I'm doing my best to be able to read them. I think I've got it now. So here we've got Yoshi's shell. There we go. And the funny thing is that if we turn Mario on, because this shell is red, we'll probably actually register it as if he is on fire. There we go. Yeah, that is better focus on the camera as well. Okay, so now, here we go, yep. We are doing the front of the Yoshi now. One thing I'm excited about with this set is, without giving away spoilers, I do plan on Mario's house being featured in a couple upcoming videos over the next couple months. Hopefully you'll be seeing those. I'd say expect to see them in August would be a good safe bet of when Mario's first video will make an appearance. Sorry, my capture footage software just froze. Haven't got a perfect one yet, but I was able to get it going again, I think. Okay. So now building Yoshi's face, which is very important. Go. feel like I'm much more quieter this time during this stream, but the last stream was not this late at night, so that's probably it. There we go. The thing, again, I said it in the last stream, but the thing I'm really enjoying with this series of Mario Lego is that it is very easy to blend the Mario setups with the Minecraft setups. And I know that's a very specific Lego video crossover, but I've seen, not even just in Lego, but in video game crossovers in general, that Mario and Minecraft actually go really well together. So I'm looking forward to hopefully them meeting each other eventually in a video, because the way that the sets work, they actually attach. So you know how a lot of the Mario Lego sets, you connect them to each other. Well, the same actually works with the Minecraft Lego sets, which makes it so that you can connect them in any way you want. And for the Mario ones, it's more so you can make your own setups. It's like every Mario world is unique and generates differently. That's the Minecraft world, apology. With the Mario world, it's more like you're building your own like video game in real life. But because they both work that way, it's really easy to combine them. So you could actually make the two games together really well, which I'll probably end up doing eventually. And one thing that I just noticed that is interesting is one that I put his head on at one point. Here we go. So there's our Yoshi. Is that Yoshi's sensor isn't actually on here. So if you look at this right here, there's the sensor that when Mario touches it, it'll react to seeing Yoshi. So I'm probably actually going to do it right now. Let's turn on the Mario figure. There we go. And, you need Bluetooth for this one to work. So we do not have that attached right now. But hopefully we'll be able to figure that one out in the future. I'm using the instructions to build right now. And I just realized Yoshi's feet went backwards. I'm using the instructions to build right now. My friend's actually too old for the Mario app at the moment. I might be able to figure a way to make it work, even though it's supposed to. But that'll be later. But now that we have built Yoshi himself, let's begin building Mario's house. And one thing you'll notice is, yes, Mario's house in this is very small. Which, for some people who like to build, like, really big setups for Mario's house, that does mean... Sorry, I'm gonna stop talking while I'm dumping the Lego, because I don't think people can hear me. So yeah, I'll dump these real quick. Okay, so now we can keep on building. There we go. Let's see, what was I saying? Oh yes, so the Mario house is admittedly fairly small, as you can tell, it's all gonna fit on this space, like right here. But that does kind of fit with the whole Mario style of, if you notice when you're playing Mario games, that quite often, you walk up to a building, walk inside of it, and the inside of the building is actually way bigger. So you can just make, if you're filming with this, and you decide to make the inside of Mario's house, like, way bigger than the outside is, it doesn't really make the video cheap, because that's kind of how the Nintendo does Mario in the first place. So if you're animating with this and you don't feel like building this giant, huge setup just for Mario's house, don't be afraid to use, excuse me, don't be afraid to use this house to animate, because quite often, the smaller your set is, the easier it is to film without having to build a gigantic backdrop. Now, if you can have a gigantic backdrop and build these huge sets, you've got enough pieces, then go ahead, like, definitely make Mario Custom House if you feel like doing that. But for those who want to keep it simple, don't feel like that's lowering the quality of your video. Man, the instructions on my phone are so small, and it's so hard to see. But that's okay. I'm trying to think if even in most Mario games you actually see Mario's house. Because I know, like, in a lot of, like, fan-made online videos, people have Mario's house. But I feel like most games start in Princess Peach's castle. Like, they're like, we don't really need an establishing story for why Mario's in this game. Like, Let's just throw the Princess Peaches being kidnapped again. And do the rescue adventure again. And there we go, it froze again. There we go, there's our footage again. Okay. Just check and make sure everything's working. Okay, and back to building. But yeah, Mario is one of those cool things that because the story is so simple, the game is more fun for the gameplay, and also just like the nostalgia and classic way that the game's done. And I know some people aren't necessarily into nostalgic games, but I, for one, really appreciate games like this. They're nice, they're clean. It's a game you can sit down for a bit, play for a bit, but not have to sit hours and hours to make any progress. Though, admittedly, if I'm playing a video game, I'm usually going to play it for a couple hours at a time, because that's more fun that way. Okay. I need some windows to Mario's home. Looks like his house is going to be just big enough for him to fit on the inside of it. It's kind of fun. Okay. Oops, sorry, I accidentally bumped the camera. I'm going to switch over so that I'm seeing what's going on online. That way if anyone decides to comment or something happens online that's not working, I can go to that instead. And let me just check. Hopefully there's still music playing. Yep, there's still got music playing. If the music is too loud, don't feel afraid to comment that below. Okay, so now we've got a little pillar in front of my house. Oh, this is probably just for the door, I think. Yep. That's what it's looking like. Okay. Oh wow, I just had a major blunder. I just realized I could zoom in on the instructions on my phone this whole time. That will make things a lot simpler. I can actually see what I'm doing now. Let's see, okay, we've got the right pieces. Right, let's clear this a bit so that when I'm putting the pieces out, I can actually see what I'm grabbing. Okay. There they are. Okay. Let's see, we've got this piece. We actually need two of the angle pieces. And it looks like this is going to be so that we can have the slant of roof on Mario's house. Yep. And maybe I need to this side of Mario's house like that. Oh, there we go, and we're just doing the same thing again, but in reverse, I believe. Let's see, we'll grab a piece from here. There we go. Sorry, it's a little bit out of frame, my bad. Go. One thing I'm definitely looking forward to is going on with these live streams of building the Mario sets in the future is that eventually, hopefully, I'm guessing Friday-ish next week. I'm not going to set a definite date on it yet. I'll probably make a quick announcement video on the YouTube channel when we decide to do the big live stream of Bowser's Castle. That one's going to be a lot of fun because it's got a lot of unique figures. We've got, I believe, Bowser, Boo, Dry Bones, and one of the Lava Bubbles. I know the Lava Bubbles have a technical name that's really long, but I cannot remember off the top of my head. I'm sorry. I'll just call it a Lava Bubble for now. Yep. Yeah, so that's when I got the Mario. When I ordered the Lego Mario sets off of Amazon. Yes, I was going over, like, which of these sets looks the coolest, but I was also, one of the main things I was thinking is what would work best for a video. So the cool thing is that with the ones that we've got, what we actually have is, we have the original course that comes with Mario, because that's extremely important. But then we also have Mario's house, which means we can have the video start in Mario's house. We have Toad's house that actually came in the mail a couple days ago. It came later than the other ones, but it still came in good time. So I wasn't able to build it yet because I wanted to live stream it anyway. But then after Toad's house, we've got Bowser's Castle. And I know, like, yeah, there's plenty of other sets, but I feel like this is definitely a good groundwork to be able to start building setups for Lego Mario video hopefully. And one thing I do appreciate with how the Lego Mario sets are done is they do a good job of making, even though the figures are built differently, like obviously like just looking at Yoshi, that's not at all how you would normally build a Lego minifigure, but even the arms, even though they're new pieces, or newer pieces, they're still done in a way that it still feels like classic Lego, and they still blend together relatively well. My only complaint will probably is just that their feet don't move, so it's going to be a little difficult animating how they walk, but I'll figure out something. Probably just like to have them like kind of hobble, I guess. Well, this is a cool piece. So we've got the sign that says Mario. That'd actually probably be useful in other video games too if I just want anything that's Mario's name on it. It's a sign. Another thing that's really nice about the Lego Mario set so far is that none of them require stickers. They're all printed pieces. Which is really good because while stickers can look good if you do them right, they're very hard to do them right. So almost every set I have that has a sticker has at least one sticker that's crooked or starting to peel. That's just not something you want. Yeah, because if I put it on the other side, then the door would open. Okay, there we go. That's a neat little door. I like that. And then, of course, in Mario's house, we're gonna have a super item box, and I believe, I don't know if this is a Bluetooth enabled item. Let's have a look. Yep. So I believe the Lego Mario minifigure actually has to update before he can attach the other sets. Which, until I can get the app to work, that's a tad unfortunate, but we'll get it to work. And it looks like it just sits on top of the house like that, and it's more like the roof opens and reveals the item. But again, it's made like the Lego Minecraft sets, where they've got the second piece on the bottom, which means you can pull them off really easily. So you can place them anywhere you want, and you're not going to pull off the whole house from doing it. Okay, so now we're going to begin building the roof. Here we go. That's the other thing, like building Mario's house is making me more excited for Toad's house because when I saw they were making a Toad's house set, I think they call it Toad's Treasure Hunt, I think is the name of the set. I don't know, it's one thing I always thought that if Lego ever did decide to do Mario, that Toad's house would just be fun because, like, I don't know, it's just one of my favorite things in the game is finally getting to a Toad's house, trying to win an item, and usually, inevitably, not getting the item because I'll mess something up. But then you eventually get it again. And then you can figure out how to cheat some of the houses. But some of the original Toad's houses with the items were insanely hard to do. If you've ever played Mario Maker 2, there's one that I still don't get. In Mario Maker 2, you can make your own, not just your own levels, but your own world. So a mini world for your the other people can play on. So that way you can have, I think up to like 40 levels. I've actually been trying to do my own one for a while, but I kind of got behind on it. I need to get back on that. But flipping this around. Did I put this on backwards? But anyway, going back to the Mario Maker world is that when you make your own world, you can have, I think, up to 3 mushroom houses, or Toad's houses, whatever you want to call them, inside of your world. And 2 of them make a lot of sense. One of them is the typical, like, matching the pictures together, so you gotta try and stop it so that if you get all the pieces to a star, you win a star. But one, and that's right, and then the other one, you just gotta catch a softball or a baseball. And if you catch it, then you don't lose a life. If you don't lose any lives by the end of the minigames, then you get more lives. Use the word lives. Basically, you're trying to catch the ball and not let Toad's house get hit by a baseball. But one of the Toad's houses is you just get this, like, balloon pump thing, and you have to just mash the buttons. And I am yet to figure out if mashing them quickly or slowly is the key, because I've done both, and there's times, like, you mash the buttons so quick, and you get 1 life, and then you feel like you do the same thing again and you get 3. I don't know if it's just a random generated drop, or if I just haven't been able to figure it out. In all honesty, I'd probably just Google it. But yeah, so I don't really know how that one works. And then it used to be a lot of the matching games in the original Mario games were a lot harder. They still are, but I feel like there's more of them, so it's slightly more merciful. I feel like newer Mario video games, they're easier to play, they're just harder to get 100% on, because they'll be bonus level after bonus level. And I'm not complaining, I like it. But it does make it very hard to completely 100% in Mario Nintendo game. Which again, I'm not complaining, because if you can keep playing the game for hours and hours and hours, that's a good thing. Because it's keeping my interest. There we go, we're building a chimney at the moment, which I might, in some LEGO sets, maybe replace with like a green pipe. Just because it's kind of a thing. Even in the Mario Maker games, we watch the Mario Maker games for there to be a pipe hidden in Mario's base. And it kind of becomes the, like, you can go in there and find a secret life or something. I remember, I think it was a while ago, I was playing Odyssey, and I hadn't Googled this, I didn't know that this worked, but if you're playing Mario Odyssey, if you don't want spoilers about Mario Odyssey, you might want to just mute me for a moment, I guess. But it's not old game, but it's not very new anymore. But if you're playing Odyssey, and you go to the chimney behind the Odyssey ship itself, and then ground pound on the exhaust, it acts as if it's a pipe, and it actually takes you into the Odyssey, I believe through the roof. And you don't really get anything for doing it, it's just one of those things like, oh, that's cool. So I thought that was one creative idea that they had in that game. That was a really good game, to be honest. That was a lot of fun. That way. So we've got smoke coming out of the chimney. And also, these cloud pieces are really useful. If you've watched my newest stop-motion video, I redid a scene from the Battlefield 2042 trailer called the Rendezvous. And for those who don't know what a Rendezvous is, because I didn't until I watched the trailer either, it's basically this like crazy concept where, you do it in the Battlefield video games where you jump out of a plane as another plane is chasing you. It's a first-person shooting game. You jump out of the plane, shoot the other plane with a bazooka, and then land back in your own plane. Which, of course, in real life that would work, but it's a video game. That's why video games are fun, because you can do crazy stuff like that. But I decided to try to recreate the scene in LEGO, and I didn't even think about like the Mario sets being helpful when I started making the video. But then I was like, how am I going to do the clouds? Because at first, I actually was thinking about having the sky just be pictures that I download of the skies from the internet. But I couldn't get the angles right. So I just used a bunch of these clouds from the Mario starter packs. I think it comes with 3 of them. And then I have like these puffy clouds in the background. Yeah, so that was where all those cloud pieces came from. It was the Mario starter pack. Although it looks like a couple of the Mario sets come with these. I believe the trees in Toad's house are made the same way. They have, what's it called? Yeah, they have green ones. That's what the word is. That's my train of thought says. What word means. Oh well. There we go, we're attaching different pathways to Mario's house so that we can connect it to the other games. So at the front we have Yoshi, because Yoshi's the best. He's cool. I believe he actually just won a Nintendo popularity contest, if I remember correctly. He actually beat Mario. I don't know if that's happened before. But don't quote me on that. I don't know 100% if he won, but I think he ended up winning. So I'm going to open another bag of pieces. So I'm going to stop talking for a bit just so that I can get the pieces out and not be interrupted. There's the first bag, we'll get the little bag now. I just realized I haven't checked the comments in a while. I'm going to make sure that everything's going well. Yep, things are still going well. Let me go go back to live view now. And then also, you always, one thing that's cool, you always know you're going to get a decently fun piece when you have, not decently fun, a unique piece when you get one of these. This is where all the fabric pieces are usually kept. And I believe, yep, this is Mario's hat. Have some rest. He's constantly running around in these games. He deserves to have some rest. So we've attached Yoshi's little platform to the front here. So let's now start decorating the house a little bit. So I've got a little fence. Don't know what the fence is keeping out. Maybe like road Goombas so they don't run into his backyard. I don't know. I'm just taking a guess there. There's a little platform there. The way a lot of these are made is that if Mario, if he touches green, then he'll make the sound as if he's walking on grass. So that's why it has the connected pieces here, so that if you're playing with this on the ground, I'll be animating this, and this doesn't really affect me. But for kids who are playing with this on the ground, as long as they keep it on the green, it'll still make the right sound. Though the sounds he makes when he walks on normal ground is just as good. It's just it'll light up on his little screen, and it'll say what he's walking on. Fun fact, if you missed the last stream, for some reason that I have not figured out, I think it's because of how light reflects off of paler skin. I don't know. I don't really have hands on it, but it will register your fingers as red, and then it thinks that it's made from lava. So if you're playing with Mario and all of a sudden he starts acting like he's being burnt alive, that's probably because the sensor touched your hand, and for some reason it registers that as red, and red can only mean lava. If you're playing with Mario, okay, so now we're building a sign, which I'm guessing is a sign basically saying like, start here and now go on the journey. So I'll probably connect that part to Toad's house to the starter pack, so we have a place with Bowser Jr., and then that to the final castle. And then if I get more sets along the way, I'll add those two eventually. There we go. I've got a little sign on right there we go. And that actually is basically what the signs look like in game. So that font that they have for the arrow or design also actually reminds me a lot of Angry Birds for some reason. I don't know. Okay, so now we're building a Goomba. This is my second Goomba, and if I remember correctly, let me see my other Goomba here. Yes, it is. Yes, it was. There it is. I believe one of the Goombas I have, yeah, this is the Goomba I got from the starter pack, and it actually has a different face than this one, which means that I can have a Goomba change expressions in a video now, which is really practical. You don't, well, not, sorry, my bad. Some people like to actually, like, go in and hand animate the faces of their characters when they're doing Lego stop motion. And I respect people who do that, I really do, because that is complicated. I've watched time lapses of people doing that, or watch like behind the scenes. It's really cool. I personally don't, for a couple of reasons. One, I don't actually know how to do it. Two, I kind of liked my videos to look like the Lego came to life, instead of it being like a CG animation. But I have seen some people who blend the two really well. On one video, I actually fully recommend this video. I believe it's called Bound. It's a Christian short film, in quotation marks, in Lego stop motion. It's like 40 minutes long. And I believe a brother and sister worked together to make that one. And it is a very, very high quality Lego stop motion. Extremely high quality. And, that one, they animated the characters' like expressions to change, their lips to move and everything. Very high. Sorry, I like the Goomba better in the frame so you can see him. And they pulled it off really well. I was very thoroughly impressed. That one. Yeah, if you like watching stop motion, especially like Christian stop motion that's got a really good, like it has a good message to it. It's not just clean, like it has a good message to it. I highly would recommend that video thing, the movie. In fact, once the live stream's over, I'll double check that I got the name of the video to the video in the comments below. That way, for those who haven't seen it, you can watch it. It's really good. Don't know if I'll ever go to making 40-minute Lego stop motions. It's really long. That's how it works. Which just makes what they did even more impressive. Because I believe they did the whole video at 24 frames a second. And I'm not going to try and do this because if I try and do this when I'm building. But if I did the math for that, I bet you that's going to come out at least tens of thousands of photos, probably. I just realized technically right now. 5. This should actually be just a little bit. Check the other things done right now. Oh yeah, they actually not the same way. Okay. There we go. Sorry, just fixing something on the side of the build there. Add some stones. Build. Get more natural. And don't worry, for the things that I know this is at a bit of a weird angle right now. At the end of the video, I'll do like a quick little review thing. And then I'll make sure that the entire set is visible. Oh, I actually just meant to check the music to see how we're doing for time with the music, so I only have about a half-hour playlist. And we're almost at the end of it, so I'll loop that. It goes back. Otherwise, I'll probably start doing random music, and I don't know what music will play if I do that. Okay, so now we're up to the hammock part. I'm actually going to put this. There we go. That's the first thing we gotta place down. Yes, that one's easy to see. There we go. And I know that Mario, when you put him on the hammock, is supposed to like fall asleep, kind of like he does in some other games. But since we don't have Mario connected to Bluetooth at the moment, we don't know if we're actually going to be able to showcase that part today. And that is definitely one thing to keep in mind with this Lego set. The whole Lego Mario series actually for Lego running. If you want all the sound effects, he actually has to be connected to Bluetooth. Or at least be updated to Bluetooth. I don't know if he has to be connected to your phone the whole time. But the app only works on iOS 13 or above. And that's an update that's already happening. I'm not really sure I haven't checked out with all the iOS updates. And I'm on an older phone, which is fine. I don't mind it. But the phone that I have doesn't actually work with the app. Now I know there's ways to get the Mario figure to work. I've been using it. But just a word of warning, especially for those who are playing with it, is that if you want Mario to make all the sounds as advertised, he does have to be connected to a phone. I believe iPhone 7 and above works, but definitely if you're going to buy this, do the research for yourself, make sure it works. Because you don't want to find that out after you bought the set. I kind of did, but then again, I am not buying it to play with it. I mean, unless you count filming as playing, which it kind of feels like sometimes. But, yeah. So, for me, it doesn't really matter what interactions he does, because when I'm animating with him, I'll probably actually cover the sensor somehow, so that the screen on his strap will stay red and blend in. Otherwise, it will just flash random colors when in the middle of the video, and that doesn't look good. There we go. Gotta angle these a little bit, making a little bit of a roll. Which again, this is actually fitting the Mario style really well, because at least in the newer games, obviously in the original pixelated games, you can't really tell. But Mario Hills, actually pretty much everything in Mario tends to like roll. So like you don't have like a general slope. It's like if it's a hill, it's basically like half a circle at that point. And this set is matching that style really well. So that's something I like. And then once we get to Bowser's Castle, there's a bunch of things on that set that I'm like, that blends really well with some other Mario games. But we will get to that when we get to the actual set. Yeah, that is one I am definitely looking forward to building. I'm enjoying building all of these. And I'm going from the smallest set to the biggest set, so that just makes it even more fun. Because then, it just keeps getting bigger and better. There we go. I think Not exactly. Oh, this is so that the hammock sways, probably. Yep. So this, if you're looking at Lego sets that are interactive, this brick right here is usually a telltale sign that this is meant to be held by your fingers and spun, because you get good grip on it. Although occasionally it is just made to look like an engine piece. But as you can see right here, there we go. You turn the circle part, it bends the supports, which I'm pretty sure is what the hammock is going to hang from. Now put it right here. The hammock's a little lower than on the ground than I thought it would be. Unless something goes on top of it. I don't know. I'm trying to guess what things are before I finish them, which isn't a great way to go about life, but that's okay. Because this is just like... So now adding some more greenery. Because, as we all know, everyone who plays Mario knows, that World 1 is almost always... That's not even correct English at all. I want to start that sentence again. World 1 is almost always just a grassy, hilly place. So, they almost always looks the same. I think almost always a lot. Now I know I'm paranoid about it. Oh well. Such is life. But yeah, so again, you could use this as the start. If you wanted to make a Lego Mario series about almost any of the Mario games, you could use this as the starter house, and it would blend pretty well. Because almost every game starts in a world that is completely green. Sure, there are a few exceptions though, because there's a lot of Mario games. I have not played them all. Don't know if I've ever actually met someone who has. So yeah, so if you're trying to animate with this Lego, it definitely would work very well for matching most Mario games. Okay. So yeah, so if you're trying to animate with this Lego, definitely would work very well for matching most Mario. Some more greenery again. I think we're actually getting one of the leaf plant things as a spare piece, which would be nice. You can never have too much foliage when you're trying to animate. Like, you could have too much on frame at once, but spare pieces are always welcome. I think it'd be interesting if I got my giant tub of Lego. If I had kept track of how many of the pieces in that, I'd use spare pieces from other Lego sets. That'd be really interesting to figure out. Because usually I just throw them in that tub. I don't really keep separate pieces. The extra pieces sorted individually. Okay, so now we're building the tree. Usually I just throw them in that tub. I don't really keep separate pieces. Oh, it looks like the hammock's angled. That makes sense. Okay, so now we're building another one of the supports that sways. Yeah, a little tired, but that's okay. When we get to the next couple streams, we're not going to be doing it this late. The only reason I'm doing a stream this late is because I'm still learning. So I'm not doing it at a time of day when we'll have everyone. So I was a little worried that this stream wouldn't actually happen at all. Because I can't even been using the right program to capture the footage. That's why it keeps lagging a bit and freezing. But it is better than nothing, and you've always got to start somewhere. That's one thing I've tried to keep with my channel. Sometimes I'll make a video, and afterwards I'll be like, that didn't look as good as I wanted. But, obviously, like, when I'm working on the video, I do my best. But the thing is, even when you do your best, you're going to learn how to get better at things. And even when I'm tempted to go back and delete my old videos, I'm like, but I want people to see where it started. Because it's a lot of fun to, if you can go to someone's channel or someone's page, whatever social media you're watching things on, and look at how it started, and then look at what it's up to, that's just encouraging. And I don't really think I'm up to that point yet, but hopefully as the channel continues to grow, people can look at the old videos and be like, oh, okay, if this guy can do it, I definitely can. But yeah. So here we go. We're continuing to build the tree. I actually really like these pieces. I don't have many sets with curved pieces like that. So I actually like putting these in. There we go. That's funny. Having the There we go. Couldn't see the instructions probably for a bit. Yeah. Again, that's very much how Mario tree will look. I feel like throughout this video I've accidentally called Mario Minecraft a few times. If you are, if you noticed me doing that, if you could comment below how many times I did that, that would be stinking hilarious. I might even figure it out myself, I'm not sure. Okay, so now we've got to stick the hammock to these pieces. Which makes me kind of nervous. Oh, it's got little slots in it. Okay, that's better. Oh, that's actually not how they're doing it. They're curving it, okay. Oh yeah, because then that way he'll actually like stay in it. There we go. This is actually one of the easier like fabric things to apply, because some of them, I've got the one of the Lord of the Rings Lego sets. What's it called? I can't remember them. The pirates that try to help the orcs in Return of the King. I have that pirate ship. I don't know what they're called, but I have that ship, and the sails on that, those, and it's not that, it was just that when I moved once, it came apart, and I keep having trouble putting the sails back on because they're a little trickier. This one you just slip right on. That's actually really easy. That's actually nice. And it's not that, it was just what I'm very curious about is, does it actually sway that much? I keep having trouble putting the sails back on because they're a little trickier. This one you just slip right on. Doesn't sway a ton, but I bet that if Mario's sitting in it, yeah, there we go. Yeah. So once Mario's in the hammock, he sways a lot better. I'm curious if he actually falls asleep if you put him in this. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So once Mario's in the hammock, he sways a lot better. At the moment, he's just making noises like he's, I don't know what. Oh, there we go. He said he was tired. Do we have to like not swing it for him to fall asleep? I have no idea. Oh, there we go. Well, like if you sway. He said he was tired. Do we have to like not swing it? I'm gonna have to Google this. I don't know how the signals work. 'Cause I know. There you go. Okay. So if he lies down, Mario does eventually fall asleep, which he actually does in a lot of his games. Okay. So let's hook that up there. There you go. Okay. So if he lies down, Mario does eventually fall asleep. A few spare pieces over here. So put those over there. Move the camera a bit so we can show the whole set. See, am I zoomed in too much? Nope. Okay, there we go. Okay. So overall, I really like this set. I got a pretty good deal, and I don't think it was that expensive. I think it was like, okay, there we go, 25-ish bucks, something like that. So overall, and again, with Lego Mario sets or pretty much anything that's a licensed theme, you're paying for the brand name at that point. I like it. It looks nice. If the kids feel playing with it, it's interactive, which always makes it fun. It's got little creative pieces that work really well for videos. Like it's got a letterbox, which you can always use. It's got a sign, which if you're doing animating, you can use that sign anywhere. You can pull apart this whole thing and make your own Mario house to fit what you need filming. The pieces are good. I'm really happy with how they designed the figure for Yoshi. I wasn't sure what I was really expecting with it. I think they kind of treat it more, instead of him being like, because usually in Mario games, sorry, my phone went too high. Usually in Mario games, Mario's riding Yoshi, kind of like a horse. But it looks like they didn't make it for this way. That's how it works. But I mean, again, if you're animating, you can just build it however you want, redesign things. But he looks really good. I like it. I get another Goomba with a different expression, so that's always welcome. But yeah, I definitely like this set. It's definitely a good addition to the Mario series. But yeah, and I just realized that I said I was going to check the music and restart it, and I didn't. But that's okay, because we're basically at the end of the stream here. But for those who are here, thank you for watching. Oh wait, I need to finish the review. Sorry, I'm kind of tired. But yeah, I like the set. Fits the Mario theme really well. I didn't really give a score of the first one out of 10. Sorry, I'm kind of tired. I don't know if I really could give it a score out of 10. I like the set. Because I'm very easily pleased. I like it. So, I guess I'll just finish the stream here. I am way too tired for this, but that's okay. This was fun. I enjoyed doing it. So if you enjoyed watching it, that's a win in my book. Thank you all for joining. I'll see you next time. See ya. Have a good one. This was fun. I enjoyed doing it. So if you enjoyed watching it, that's a win in my book.